We are back from the Berkshires like Roni Housewives, and we are ready to give it to you all today on another new episode of the Inner Circle Podcast. Welcome, Circle friends, and welcome, my girlfriend.
Hello, how are ya?
I am good. How are you? Back from the Berkshires, and I see you brought a souvenir
A
from the Berkshires.
souvenir. I was drinking Trulies while my time up there. I am well. How are you?
She is not a drinker, but she will at least pick her little seltzers, right?
It depends what I'm in the mood for, but I was in the mood for Truly seltzers because I don't like claw. What is it?
Oh, White Claw.
White Claw. I'm not a fan. I
Yeah, those
don't.
heartburn.
I don't like which is that the something tea. Your brother
Oh,
dressed up as
what are you
the
talking about? Spike
Mike's Hard Tea or something like that.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Hard lemonade. Yeah, I don't like that shit. Anyway, I want to say that our time in the Berkshires was amazing. I slept so good while I was out there.
Yeah,
I slept so good, but that was literally the only time I slept. Like lately, I have not been able to sleep. And you know that people will go a little bit like you lack of sleep can fuck you up.
it does. It does. No, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like kind of looking forward to this weekend for me to like get some sleep because I don't know, I'm feeling a little neurotic right now.
Oof. Maybe we'll get a little bit of Melanie's neuroticism on the show today.
Neurosis?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's how the neurosis.
I guess.
But yes, the Berkshires. It was. I love the Berkshires.
Me
It
too.
was a great time. It's just what I needed because last week, we did last week's episode, our BFF special, that a lot of people seem to enjoy. We did that, and I was already back from San Francisco the day before. I wasn't able to talk about San Francisco much, but it was a great time. I did that. I had a balance of tourist stuff versus also enjoying myself as I shared in details with my
Yeah, you
story.
did. I'm glad that I caught that tea like in real time when we all found out at the same time because I was like, I do not want to relive this conversation over and over again.
So yeah, so I had a great time in San Francisco. I visited a full house and just sightseeing. I walked a lot, but then I came back, and then a day later or so, we went to the Berkshires, which I feel like last week being off was a perfect balance for me, from San Francisco to then ending it at the Berkshires, and then with my friends, the people, some dear and love and close to me. So, it was good, grown conversation, which I appreciate. And I think at this point in our age,
Mhm.
the soul,
Yeah,
so what is it? Chicken Soup for the Soul. That remember that book
I
with
used to love those books.
aging ourselves, but sometimes the soul, as you get older, and I mean, I will hope for certain people in certain age groups, craves a little more, and grown up conversations, and even relatability, listening to you or listening to our other friends and listening to a thing and giving each other advice. I loved it. It was just relaxing. It felt good to just be away, you're away, and
Yeah,
then
it was
beautiful.
nice to let your hair down literally and, have first of all, it was my first time meeting Tim, and it was
Shout out.
so amazing. It was so nice to meet him. He was everything I chalked up in my mind, and he has great friends. So at this time, like I feel like at this point in my life, if I'm gonna make friendships or I'm going to meet people, I want it to be like meaningful and not above the surface. I
Mhm.
don't want to be associating myself or like invest my time and energy on interactions that are going to not be conducive to me. I thought that going to the Berkshires and spending time with everyone was great. And like it was such a fun vibe. Having the comfort of like hanging out with each other
Mm.
we didn't need to go to a club. We didn't need to go to a lounge. We didn't need we like went out for drinks and went out for dinner one night but it was such a casual vibe, and it also was like very much so many things that we needed to talk about, and like I don't know, it was just fun. It was such a great time, effortless too.
Yes, yes. It was the house was beautiful. We still again thank shout out to Tim and shout out to Tim and the connections. It's just a good time. And it's funny because episodes ago we spoke about I think maybe it was like episodes before last year or at the beginning of this year, elevating and friendships we want and stuff. And I really think this is why I'm so optimistic about this year and staying in this like positive bubble. I really think, and I say we, including you, I think we
Yeah.
really manifest. I know we're manifesting a lot of things that we've been talking about and things that we want in our
Mhm.
and to attract. So it feels good. It feels good to see those baby steps of the manifestation that we're bringing into our lives in many different ways. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Berkshires was a great time. We also went hello before we wrap the Berkshires up in our trip. We went. I mean, it's very relatable, very tied in because the 6 degrees of separation of what our life is and what we love. We went to Dorinda's house. No,
We
not yet.
didn't go. We did a drive by because she has the gates. She has the pearly gates.
And the cameras, honey, watching.
Yeah.
But we did. We didn't go inside this time.
And it's
But
not a house. It's called Bluestone Manor. Get it right.
it's not a house. It even has what did you guys call it? The with the person that takes care of the property.
Oh my God, housemate? I don't even know. Tim would know.
Oh,
But
Porter's house. The Porter's house. Porter house. The
yeah, but I think I forgot the lady's name, but she has like not a house sitter, but someone that stays in the home and like basically takes care of it.
There's a
I've
lot of
always wanted, from seeing so many episodes and seasons of The Real Housewives of New York, seeing Dorinda host parties at Bluestone Manor. I was like, I want to swing by. It would be perfect to go to a party, but just driving by was good enough for me.
And listen, who knows? Maybe the more time we go to the Berks, you never know. It's small
Yep.
enough. It's small
Well,
enough. You never.
we are going back anyway.
Yeah. We need a song. I'm going back to the Berks instead of.
The Berkshires.
But yeah, great time at the Berkshires. But we are back. And let me get my handy dandy notebook for my notes because there's so much going on. Let's get into our TV shows because last week we had the season. Funny enough, it just is dawning on me right now. Last week it was for the challenge fans and TV for the old school challenge fans and people that in to watch. People like Naya on our show. Go check out that episode if you have it. Tina on our show. Check that out. Cyrus, check that out as well.
Were they just in the last challenge?
No, they weren't on the last challenge, but
Okay, because I haven't watched the last challenge.
which one? All Stars 5?
The one
Challenge
the
4.
most. I think I saw Challenge 40. Wait, All Stars 5 just aired, just finished?
Yes.
I haven't watched it. Okay, so I have something to watch now.
Well, I don't. I was going to announce the winner.
You could say it's fine.
Okay, so the winner last week was the season finale, and the winner of All Stars. And I love to see it dawned on me that it was Road Rulers. So I love that it was Road Rulers and old school OGs, Adam and Steve, or Steve and Adam. They won the season. Yes,
Adam, the one that's married to. Wait, which one?
not married, but he's dating Avery.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what I meant.
And
Oh, okay.
Because on the challenge he said that with the money he would propose to her, and he really did propose to her. They are engaged now. Yeah.
Who's Steve?
Steve is the one with you've seen him if you watch the other All-Star seasons, the hand model.
Oh boy. Ah, boo. Yeah. Really? He won?
I like Steve though. I low-key like Steve. There's a little bit of arrogance there without the overtly arrogance. He's pretty cool.
I remember he was very annoying talking about, I just washed my hair. I did this. Like he's
yeah, there's something, I don't know. I need to find out his side because there's something about that I'm like,
he's giving Virgo.
I hate you, but then there's something that I kind of like. He's a Virgo?
I said he's giving Virgo.
Oh, I
I
was
can
gonna say,
tell.
well, it's very Virgo because you know me and Virgos. You know, I like some of the stuff, but then there's I can see where people will hate them.
I like them, but they're
Yes,
annoying.
shout out to Stephen Adam winning All Stars 5. But the very 2 days later, it was the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 17. Can you believe season 17? Um,
But
next is gonna
sorry,
be
Steve
18th
is March 27th. I guess he's in Aries.
season
No wonder
Aries.
he's annoying.
You see, this is the thing with Aries. I've been attracted.
You've been attracted to Aries?
No. Lately, the people that I'm like, and I go and see if they're like the birth or something, they happen to be Aries. But in general, I'm still getting a lot of Taurus like on me. I'm still getting a lot of Taurus. It's like, oh lordy,
Me too.
I need a Taurus repellent. No, I'm just playing. No, because now I don't want to box all the Tauruses. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna backtrack. But yeah, I'm still getting a lot of Tauruses. The only reason I'm saying that, y'all, is because my ex was a Taurus. But anyways, let's talk about the season, the winner of season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race. And once again, spoiler alert, if you have not watched, it came down to On Your Nerves and why am
Jewel
I
Sparkles.
Juice Sparkles, which I was gonna call Ariana Grande, but Juice Sparkles. And the winner ended up being On Your Nerves, which listen, she surprised me this season. I don't know if you was happy with the winner. She surprised me because from episode 1 and the talent show, I'm like, okay. And her saying she was a new queen and started getting into the scene, I'm like, okay, she's not gonna go far. Color me surprised, mud on my face. As the episodes air, her funniness, her confidence, the her stage presence. I'm like, okay, bitch. And listen, she took it all the way home. What are your thoughts? I know initially you wanted some other people to win. What was your thoughts overall this whole season? Surprises, disappointments?
I really was rooting for Lexi Love. I love Lexi Love
I
and
did like
Sam Star. I feel like they're both. Sam Star reminds me of Trinity the Tuck. I think Trinity the Tuck is her
was her,
drag mom.
yeah, something like that.
And
Grandma.
Lexi Love, she just gives me like, even though has she been doing drag for a long time? Because she says that she's like an old queen, even though she's not really that old. But I like her aesthetic and I like how she's like organized and beautiful chaos. As far as On Your Nerve winning, I'm glad she won. I think that she's very deserving. She did pull looks and she did win like the challenges and stuff. I just feel like if it was between last season, Sapphire, what was her name?
Fear Crystal.
Saphira Crystal and On Your Nerve. It was between them. I would have gone with Saphira Crystal. On Your Nerve, something about her to me is not as polished as like a Lexi Love. Lexi doesn't look polished in like without like out of drag, but like when she does have drag, she looks done the fuck up. But I don't know. It was
I see that with Lexi.
Jewel Sparkles is too fucking young. Like nothing, not trying to be ageist, but like she just gives this like younger generation vibe where it's like you guys just want to look the part. And I don't know. I like my drag queens to be well rounded,
Season.
hilarious, funny. Like
I get,
uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
so were you disappointed when why am I having a brain fart? The Liza Minnelli lookalike, the tap dancer when she was eliminated.
Oh, Susie too.
Susie too. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I skipped that episode, but when I heard that she got eliminated, I feel like she was giving Jinx Monsoon energy. I like Jinx Monsoon now. Did I like her in her season? No. I felt like she was very
unpolished, rough around the edges.
Unpolished, and also like, look at me, I'm a thespian, I know everything about everything. And it's like, just because you're well-rounded in a certain genre does not make you like RuPaul's drag, like winner of RuPaul's Drag Race. Also, Susie too, I thought she should have gotten eliminated during the Drag Moms challenge. Like her and her mom fucking sucked. Sorry.
I think that's the episode she got eliminated. No, that was
She
the
didn't
last.
get eliminated. No one got eliminated on
Yeah,
that episode.
yeah. Oh, because RuPaul was feeling the love. I called that. I called that. Funny enough,
You
you know,
feeling the love, that's cute, but I just feel like that is so like that was so low effort to put on the little Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse look. Yeah, it was Minnie Mouse look. That was whack.
well, as one season closes with RuPaul's Drag Race, and I told you before the show, I'm like, this feels like deja vu because just last year, when we spoke about the winner of last year's Drag Race, Nymphet win, which looked amazing. Her fucking costume was like grand, and that's why I
Another one
love.
I still shouldn't have won.
You did it. We
I'm
discussed
not happy with that
all
one.
the Berkshires. We discussed that. But it feels like deja vu because last year we announced Nymphia, and in the same breath, in the same episode, then we was talking about All Stars that came out that was announced for last year. This year, All Stars 10 was announced. The Queens, the cast was revealed today with the teaser airing when this last Friday, as a commercial during the Drag Race finale. And true RuPaul's fashion, and of course MTV and Paramount are tied together. This is going to be exclusively on Paramount Plus. Thank God I've kept my subscription going. And I knew about this cast for a while because you know me and my sleuthing ways. But usually I believe my leaks and my sources. But it took me a while to really believe this cast. Although I've known about this cast as like again late August, early September of last year. The number of queens was what threw me off, and I didn't
Yeah,
believe
there's
it. And
so many.
it's 18. And the fact that two things threw me off, or two additional things threw me off. The fact that Georges, who was just on last year's All Stars, is back this year, so that's one queen returning, and Lydia B. Collins, who was just on this most recent Drag Race season, is on All Stars 10. This is a first for the All Stars universe because that must have meant that right after Lydia filming, with no big break, she was plucked and began filming All Stars. So that's what's up for this being the first time of a queen ever doing that right after her most recent season being on the All Stars following up. So we shall see how she fares. But y'all already know two of the queens. What are your thoughts on that? On George's being back to back, not even a break, but back to back, and then Lydia B. Collins right off the heels of her most recent season and being the first queen to do so.
I can't really say anything bad about Georges because my coworker is cousins with him. Um, I will say this is not the first time that someone has come back from like being. It didn't really happen in All Stars, but it happened in like regular seasons with Eureka leaving one season because she got hurt and then coming back the next season.
Of the next
I remember Ginger Minge she got multiple tries in All Stars. So the fact that Georges is coming after just have been in the last All Stars,
season 9.
yeah, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, I mean, I hate when they do that type of shit because it's like, shouldn't you let time pass and let them evolve and become like, I don't know, more elevated? We'll see. She's probably just filler. There's a ton of fucking filler in that list. I don't know. Do you want me to look up the list?
No, I have it. I have the list, and the thing is you're right. Initially, too, not only was I surprised by the number of queens and by those two things, Lydia B. Collins and Georges, but I'm like, there's a lot of subpar. And maybe their drags have elevated. I don't want to do that. I don't want to disrespect anyone's art. And we are fans of Drag Race, but we could also be real. Initially, I felt like there was a lot of subpar and fillers. But I have a feeling why these certain queens was chosen as well.
Yeah.
Especially some of the I don't want to say the less known, but the less known. Some of them were literally eliminated first or second. But anyways, let's go down this list for those who don't know. Acid Betty from season 8 is back. If y'all don't know, she was kind of the villain in season 8. That was the season that Bob the
Bob
Drag
the Drag
won.
Queen.
Um, Aja the Queen is back. She was on season 9 in All
Hold
Stars.
on. Aja quit drag. She's back in drag.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Apparently so. Yep, she is back again. I guess she needs that check. Alyssa Hunter, and she's one of the people that I talked about being eliminated first in her
I don't even
season.
know her.
She was on season 14 and her original placement, 13th. Yeah. And I guess she was a traitor season 14, as it says here. Alyssa Hunter, Bosco from season 14 as well is back. Cynthia Lee Fontaine, which I like, and it's funny because I told you I've been watching old episodes of Drag Race, and I chose to watch season 8, and I really like Cynthia.
Miss my cuckoo, my cuckoo.
Yeah, so I hope she fares better. She was she
Puerto Rico.
And speaking of, because you brought this up, she's also one of those queens that she was on season 8, and she, her early departure season 8, she was brought back on season 9 by RuPaul. So she's another queen that fits that the example you gave. Diabetes, that's one that I didn't like during her season, and then you ended up telling me, oh, she's a Pisces. Listen, sometimes I don't like fellow Pisces initially when I see them. Hi, Corey King.
I don't like fellow Aquarians.
Hi, Corey King this past season. Annoying. But not too bad as it went on, and I'm like, I'm giving grace, like, okay, I can see why. But Diabetes season 14, she's back. Deja Sky Choices season 14 as well, very heavily season 14. Denali, someone who also found annoying with her little skates from season 13. Ginger Minge is back again.
I know you fucking lying.
Season 7, as we know, All Stars 2 and All Stars 6 and All Stars 10. I think she now becomes the queen that's been on All Stars the most, I believe. I'm not sure. Irene Dubois, but now she's calling herself Irene the Alien. She was on season 15, and she was the first eliminated on her season.
She was whack. I remember.
We spoke about George's. Carrie Colby, Sasha Colby's sister. She was on season 14. Lydia B. Collins, as we spoke about. Mistress Isabel Brooks. She is bringing her Ozempic body to season 10. She was originally season 15th. Nicole Paige Brooks. I love
Nicole Paige Brooks.
Yes,
from Atlanta, Georgia.
From Atlanta, Georgia. She is back. I love seeing old queens from older, the single digits, like 4, 7, 8. But she was on season 2. And I'm glad to see her. I met her in Atlanta at one of the clubs when I was one of my many times in Atlanta. Olivia Lux, who's also apparently a fellow Pisces. She was on season 13. She's back.
The one with a smile.
I guess so. Phoenix. Again, an older queen, and I was actually watching season 3 randomly a few weeks ago.
Phoenix. She was the one that was the rival of India Farah.
I believe so.
They had the same pink haircut, like the same haircut, like Pink, the singer at the time.
Yep. I love to see some old queens. Tina Burner from season 13.
Oh wow, I like Tina Burner. She was cool, even though, she was a little weird.
But yeah, there's gonna be 18 queens, and listen, that's one thing I love about RuPaul's Drag Race. It may be saturated, but I love that at least with our main shows, and when I say our main shows, like here in the States and stuff, the shows we get, they do the twists, turns, flips, reverses. I love to be on my toes and all those little surprises. And this season promises to be one of those. And it's kind of like what the closest I could explain it from what I gather is going to be like a tournament bracket thing, and kind of like Think the Challenge, where bitches will be eliminated from each group. There's 3 groups, and I guess we'll see how it all unfolds. But I'm tuned in. I mean, I pay to I'm
excited to watch, but at the same time, I kind of wish it was more older queens from like the one digit seasons. I don't know if bitches are heading for retirement. Bitches don't want to compete because they're like older now, or they got legitimate jobs, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wish it was like season 10 down.
I could see. I'm not saying don't use the newer queens, especially if you're going with this concept of like teams and challenge and eras. It seems like an era thing, very
Yeah.
reminiscent of the challenge season 40, where they paired X amount of people if there was in between seasons this and this, and the other group if there was in between this season and this season. It seems like
Yeah.
this is where it's going. I wonder if the challenge in RuPaul's Drag Race has co-sharing producers or something. But you're right. I wish for the seasons where I'm assuming where the people like Phoenix and Nicole, we had single digits, not like season 10 bitches or
And I think that there should be a rule that no, if the last season, what's the latest season that just aired? 14,
17.
17.
The main season. Yeah, the main.
No, there should be no drag queens from the last season, the last 3 seasons that just aired.
Oh,
Give it some time for them to evolve. You're setting them up for failure. You're literally making it obvious that they're here for filler.
true. Yep.
But RuPaul knows best, I guess.
We shall see. We shall see how it plays out. We shall see the show, and it all starts May 9th. Paramount Plus sponsor us. Moving on. There's a lot of Britney controversy going on, and Britney, meanwhile, is somewhere dancing with no cares in the world, somewhere in Mexico. Let's start off with Tyler and the Britney Spears drama.
Mm.
People went off on Tyler, and listen, I'm someone who studies the comments. I do my journalist investigation in the comments and see what the people are saying. And recently, Tyler performed at Coachella with a very with a suit, a costume, and outfit that basically was very very reminiscent to Britney Spears' iconic 2001 "I'm a Slave for You" performance with the snake. Now, people obviously seen the comparisons. Even Stephen Wonder could see the similarities. Where Tyler was like, she said along the line, she no disrespect to Britney, but there was no influence because she was responding to a fan, and the poor thing, she should have just stayed her mouth shut, just let the comments be. Like
Mm.
I've learned to do recently in the Housewives universe and just in general, because they ate her up. They just ate her up with many comments of clear. Maybe if you didn't know or know Britney, but your stylist was sure influenced by Britney. And the comments went on and on and on. I'm gonna start including comments that I see and posting it on, as pictures and stuff, so y'all can see the comments because I love some good comments. Sometimes like the Michael Jackson meme, I'm here for the comments. But yeah, they ate her up, girl. What are your thoughts? It seems like Tyler, from what I gather and a lot of things I see in posts I see, she puts her foot in her mouth in regards to things. Like she's responding to things that a lot of people think that she should just stay shut. In this
Mm.
case, in point with the whole Britney thing and her saying no, there was no inspo there. What's your thoughts on it? We put a Inner Circle podcast poll, and many people obviously says she was inspired. What do you think?
I think people forget that Tyler is not American. Tyler's from South Africa. Tyler was born in 2002 when Britney Spears was at her peak. And I believe that she probably didn't put two and two together, the reference. Maybe it was someone in her camp, like her stylist, I agree. Or maybe they were looking at like iconic outfits and trying to find, some sort of inspiration. I think she was, being felt that she was being honest by saying like, no, I love her, but that wasn't really what I was going for. I just thought it was hot or whatever. I don't think she should get like disrespected or cursed out or going off on her because like it's almost a case of if you're damned you do, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Do you know how many people have paid homage and actually have said, I'm wearing this because I was channeling Britney Spears 2000 era, and people still get like shit for it?
Mm.
Tate McRae, perfect example. During the VMAs, she wore like the outfit that Britney Spears wore in 99.99 the black lace. Katy Perry,
Oh,
who I cannot
2001, the 2001 lace.
2001, yes. Um, Katy Perry wore the denim dress.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Straight
if
up.
you pay homage, it's a problem. If you say that you're not really paying homage, but you could see how it looks and you like give it props, it's still a problem. I don't think people should make a fucking big deal. Fashion recycles,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to put it. There will be a trend that we were rocking back in the day in the early 2000s that now you see the Gen Zers wearing and they're like, "Oh my god, I created this trend. I don't want to gatekeep." But it's like, "No, bitch, this was around like back in the day when we were BB and Hervé Leger."
Exactly,
So,
but that's the thing. Especially as an artist, you have to do your homework though too. Like, yeah, maybe you directly wasn't, but I will never forget as a young teenager watching one of Britney Spears' special was on TV, and she was doing a photo shoot, and they literally, and I think this happens with most artists because I've seen this with other artists in interviews, where when you're doing a photo shoot for a major magazine, you have like boards, like mood boards of different
mhm.
looks, even including other celebrities and their photo shoots. There's just been a lot of posters of mood boards, like trying to get the mood and what you want to do for the
Mhm.
photo shoot, etc. And
But
that's
you remember that is back in the day. That's not how it is now. If you notice, with Met Galas, with like fashion shows, the mood board is now like brands and like the trends and brands. It's not what an artist used to wear or what a movie star used to wear. Whatever a movie or actress or whatever would wear back in the day, people would fucking gag on it and try to wear and emulate the same thing. Same thing for Britney Spears, whatever she wore. But again, she is from South Africa. Let's not forget, they don't have like, I don't know if they had cable. I don't know if she was able to see like the inspiration or like watch, sit on her TV and watch like Britney Spears videos or interviews.
well, it's funny you bring that up too because Tate McGray actually, because again, I watch other things and other listen to other podcasts and other people speak on things. Tate McGray was also in an interview not too long ago where she was like, I could see where people talk about the comparisons to Britney and Christina, but they got to realize is I was born in 2001, and
She's young.
um and she is and you know the people that I guess she was inspired by. I'm trying to imitate her voice thing, but like basically she mentioned Ariana Grande for
Yeah.
the Dangerously in Love album. She said Selena Gomez, and then she explained what album was monumental for her. So I get that, and it's true, and it made me snap back into reality. Like, yeah, these bitches are young, but
Mind you, those people that she's talking about, the Arianas and the Selenas,
Selena
were
Gomez,
inspired by Britney
Britney
Spears
Spears,
and
exactly.
Christina.
And they said it themselves. People like Selena. Selena's a huge Britney Spears fan. She said it a lot. The way we bring up clips of like Britney talk about how she was inspired by Madonna, Janet, Whitney. Listen, I see all sides, but we have to be a little. Oh Lord, we have to be a little
Cognizant.
cognizant, and also again as an artist,
I don't agree with that.
like do your homework a little bit. But clearly, at the end of the day,
You're
you're.
an artist. Who got time to do their homework?
But at the end of the day, I do think her stylist was inspired. Her stylist obviously knew what they were going for, and maybe instead of her jumping the shark and just being like, back like Rihanna back in the day when Rihanna used to like be a Twitter thug and a bitch on Twitter and like snap at people. Instead of doing that, I think she should have maybe either just not say anything because I think what really sparked the fire was her saying, "No, there was no blah blah," responding, blah blah blah. No, there was no inspo. Girl, again, even Stevie Wonder could see the similarity. So someone was.
I honestly, I saw the colors are similar, but her outfit that looks nothing like
Oh
Britney's.
yeah, like her outfit at the end of the day to end Britney Tyler versus Britney. What you order on the high end and what you get from Team U, Tyler being the Team U version. But again, once again, Britney Spears is somewhere, no cares in the world, dancing, twirling around in circles, spinning in circles, and yet she's involved in drama and in the media. Moving on to another Britney versus someone, Bobby Brown has come out and said that they asked him his music. He's iconic, obviously, and a lot of people have made remakes of his songs and stuff. They asked him what song does he think or artist that one of his songs that were butchered, and he said he feels that Britney Spears' cover of his hit My Prerogative was she didn't do it justice and that she butchered it.
Let me tell you something. I heard Britney Spears' cover before I heard the actual song.
I mean, I
And
heard of his version before, obviously, because family and stuff that played it. But a lot of people like you never heard his version.
and when I heard his version, I was like, okay, it's cute, but like Bobby Brown's never, to me, he's never been known to have like such a good voice.
Mhm.
Maybe when he was younger, but when doing all the recreational things he was doing as he was getting older, it made
Allegedly.
him, allegedly, it made his voice not sound as sharp as it once did when he was younger and when he was in New Edition. But I mean, My Prerogative is cute. I like Tenderoni more, or Roni, the song Roni. But as far as Britney Spears's rendition of My Prerogative, it was first of first of all, it catapulted the song because the shit that she was going through with the paparazzi and her marriage and all that shit, like the song was basically an anthem to her.
Mhm.
So I mean, him saying that it didn't do it justice, it didn't do it justice for him. It did justice for her.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll tell you one song that she sang that I felt like that wasn't that great. I can't get no satisfaction. That one
Oh,
from
that
the
remix
Rolling
of
Stones.
the Rolling
That
Stones.
one was like, girl, what are you
Ooh.
doing? I didn't like that one. No.
Oh wow! And that was early on. That was her second album. That was her.
Yeah, that was one song that I was just like, girl, why?
This is
But
a
she's
couple.
done a lot of samples.
Yeah, she has done well covers. This sample
Covers, yeah.
covers. What did you think of Cher's rendition of "The Beat Goes On" her "Baby One More Time" album?
I thought it was cute. It was very
Yes.
it was very, the beat of it and everything sounded very like British pop. So
Yeah,
that's why I
and
liked it.
close to Cher's. Yeah, I liked it too. I like "The Beat Goes On."
Yeah.
I made
There
that.
are two songs that she had.
Oh, maybe one more time.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say "Get Out of My Head" because I was gonna say, you know what song I did fucking hate though? Oh,
Soda
not
Pop.
Soda
Well,
Pop. Want to pretend
yeah,
pop.
I know.
Oh,
I know
oh.
you hated that song, but no, there's two songs I was gonna say that Britney Spears sang that are very like British pop, which was the one you just said. What is it? I forgot.
The
The
Beat Goes On.
the beat goes on, and it was in the Britney album, I think. And
That's what
it's
you take
she's
me.
gonna step outside.
Oh, baby girl. Which
Brave
was
New Girl. That's,
material.
you know, that was the first song I heard. Like, I still remember to this day me hearing that song for the first time, like in my headphones or whatever, when I like interviewed for this internship in college. And I got the interview. I like got the position. But I remember like walking to the train station listening to that song. I was like, oh my god, I feel like this is my Andy moment from The Devil Wears Prada.
I
Yeah.
love connecting music to like monumental moments in your life.
Hmm.
I did like that song. I did. It was very
I
pop.
love that song. I was like, oh my god, this sounds, it's giving like pop, like if the um if like Emma, what's her name? Baby Spice, Emma Button, if
Uh,
she did like a solo album.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good comparison. But yeah, I like the and it samples Madonna's material. Dun, 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 dun,
Does
dun,
it?
dun, 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 dun. You never heard after the show. Go and listen to the song. Go listen to both songs.
I'll listen to
Dun,
it.
dun, dun, dun. You never realized that?
Maybe it's a very slow, like beeline
Go listen to it again.
album.
It begins.
I'll listen to it. I haven't heard that song in ages. So yeah, you're
Especially,
probably right.
isn't it great like going like sometimes songs that you haven't heard in a while, especially us as we evolve.
Yeah.
Use the word evolve.
Sometimes I'll like wake up and think of a song, or like I'll be doing something random and I'll think of a song and I'm like, I haven't heard that song in so long. Let me listen to it.
Yes, yes. I guess that's us humans. It's not only me. It feels good to hear that. But yeah, like, and then you go listen to it, and then like you're stuck listening to it. Like, you know what songs I'm still playing now?
Hmm.
And I think I said this on the show a few weeks ago. Like it's new, but it's old, but it just came to me, and now it's been stuck in my head again.
One.
Saturdays is This Is Love.
Oh,
With
you know what song I've
the
been listening to a lot? Girls Aloud, The Promise.
oh,
Love
oh,
that song.
isn't that did you see the performance where they cried and I think they turned that's the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of Girls Aloud, I've been listening to their two particular songs that weren't like necessarily singles of them. Um, well, every now and then I stop listening to it because I'm like, no, I don't relate to the song anymore.
I'm dead.
You know what I'm talking about, right? If you know the lyrics, you
Stand
know.
by you.
Listen, sometimes you gotta start. You know, certain songs that you may listen to during a breakup and stuff, you gotta stop listening to. Especially the I still think about you every now and then. No, bitch, no, no, no.
You
Because
know what's crazy? I listen to sad songs when I'm in a relationship, and I listen to like lovey pop, like love songs when I'm not. So weird.
mm-mm-mm. But yes, yeah. Listen to after the show. Go listen to both songs, and you'll be like, oh
Yeah.
shit. But yeah. So I mean, a lot of people also roasted Bobby Brown, and even
Like, boy,
even
bye. Shut up.
even the community saying like, okay, Bobby Brown, you just gave the girl a bunch of like streams listens now because that's what happens. Like when you do something in media, now people are curious and gonna run and listen to Britney's version to see how she butchered it. But speaking of another troubled man, from Bobby to Justin Bieber. I don't know if you know what's going on with Justin Bieber or been keeping it in the news, but a lot of people are concerned about what's going on with him. His social media posts seem very manic. No, I don't want to say manic, but very all over,
Alarming.
all over.
I
Just very random all over the place. And a lot of people do have concerns, a lot of reports. We know how the media is, though. We know how the media could paint someone to look or whatever certain way. We've seen it with the many greats. Um,
hmm.
do you believe the media? Do you think there's a reason to be concerned? Do you think have you been hearing about the reports here and there?
I
What?
saw like a video that he was like rapping and talking about I'm high like a something or whatever, and he was with some guy. I don't know who he's hanging out with. I know that they just him and Haley Bieber just had a child recently.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know. I don't know if like the whole Diddy of it all and all this like shit coming out is causing him to, regress in his
and what
efforts to be a
seemed
better person, I guess. I don't know.
it
But
seemed like he was on a path of being a better person. Church,
sobriety.
married, sobriety. He canceled his
Wasn't he going to church or whatever?
yeah, he canceled his tour a few years ago to focus on him. So it felt that way. I thought it was, and then he, like you said, he just had a kid. I think the kid, they just had it last year. Is it going to turn one, two?
Mm.
Nonetheless, it's a baby. It's still.
You would think that you wouldn't act like that when you have a child, but I mean, everyone acts differently when they have kids.
Or that a child will change you, but like you said,
I want to go look.
you hit it right on the nail. The Diddy of it all. It's because listen, a lot of clips surface when everything was the downfall of Diddy was going on, of piecing together how Diddy was maybe a predator, etc. And Justin Bieber, basically, a lot of people took some of his clips and was collateral damage in this. I'm sure seeing yourself plastered and intertwined in all this craziness, and most likely maybe trauma that he did go through or things he did experience, like you said, resurface. So I agree with you. I think maybe is a lot of what's going on, the Diddy of it all. Also, I personally don't think he's over Selena Gomez. Just because you marry someone else, you may have a lot of kids with someone else, and I've seen it firsthand. Gay, straight, whatever you identify, days and dems. I know people that may move on to a whole nother relationship and may seem like they're happy, but they're still hung up or wish they were with that certain ex. And I
I
truly
don't.
if he's
mm,
not over her either. And
I
with
don't
her,
know if that's the case. I feel like that's done with. I just think he's hanging out with the wrong fucking people. I don't know.
my opinion, I think is a lot of trauma. The Diddy of it all stuff resurfacing that's triggering stuff, and in my opinion, I think he's not over Selena Gomez because some of the posts that I've seen, especially when she dropped her album and she's with Benny Blanco, um,
I like
who
that song, Louis Flame.
who he's worked with Justin Bieber. in the past. It's and funny enough, "Love Yourself," which from Justin Bieber, which was a huge hit, and supposedly is about Selena Gomez. Benny Blanco produced and wrote. The irony of it all. But now he's with Selena Gomez, and he basically produced and wrote a lot of this Selena Gomez album along with her. I guess this is they're together, and this is their thing. And there's a few songs, girl, that is definitely aimed at him as well. And certain posts when this album came out, which was back in early March, um, after her album came out and stuff, he posted certain things that the sleuths and the internet and the streets and the thugs and everyone start piecing together. You know how TikTok could be piecing everything together, and yeah, like that's why I think it's trauma, the Diddy of it all, that's triggering certain things and him feeling a certain way, and he's not over Selena Gomez. But I wish him the best because a newborn baby. Listen, my dog is my everything. That's just my dog. And sometimes I think how my dog has made me a better person because that responsibility I feel like I have to my dog. So, and again, that's just my dog. So I would think me wanting to be a dad, and it's funny because that clip you sent me of Andy earlier, me always, still holding on the hope to be a dad. And Justin Bieber is a Pisces as well as me. I would think the focus would be to change or fight a little harder. So it's a
Yeah.
little disappointing with a newborn baby, that he's going through this, if he's going through stuff. But to be honest, girl, some of the things I do see, he does seem a little erratic and like gaunt, and I don't know.
I don't even follow him. I feel like I never saw the allure of Justin Bieber, but I will say hopefully he seeks help or gets better because the worst thing in the world is to bring a child and you not be ready to be a father or a parent, and also having a kid doesn't fix your traumas.
That too. Or getting married and stuff like he did. Like it doesn't. It doesn't. But
Mm.
this is no, we have one more show. I was gonna say this is our last show of April. But no, we have next week on episode, some place, same time. Can you believe April is basically done next week when we have
Yeah,
our
thank God, because April was very like the beginning was so cold and rainy, and now it's starting to like feel better.
yes, starting to warm up. Listen, I've said it before, I think on the show, and I'll say it again. I'm excited for summer and I'm happy that this year I'm able to be enjoying me and be single, sexy, and free.
Oh God,
No, seriously,
welcome to the club.
I'm just so happy about it's this sense of freedom, and I can explain it, but I guess we could save that for another episode and conversation and topics. But anything else you have left before we go and end this episode with our circle friends?
Earth Day just passed. Be good to your planet.
Yes, let's be good to our planet. Do something. Although Earth Day was yesterday, I believe, for
Plant, plant a plant. What is it? Plant a plant.
plant a plant or just do something nice for your planet. With that being said, you could do something nice for us, and it's free. Follow, like, subscribe, share, all that is free. Rate, stream. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys next week on the last episode of April before we usher in those May flowers. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Adios. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.